Welcome back, everyone, to Acolytes Holocron. I am Darth Ryko. This is my take 3 of the review and first impressions of Star Wars The Last Jedi. If you don't want to be spoiled at all, please click off this video, go see the movie, and then come back. You've been warned. Serious spoilers ahead. Click off now. You're still here? You've seen the movie? Great. This movie, awesome. Jar Jar Abrams was so horrible. I'm glad Rian Johnson did the right thing. Grandmaster Rian Johnson did the right thing. Notice I said Grandmaster. He is awesome. First of all, the whole battle, I want to say, with Kylo and Rey against all those Praetorian guards, savage carnage. I loved it. You know, the whole lightsaber through the eye, through the head, off goes the head, off goes the arm, cut in half. The whole thing with Snoke. By the way, anybody who's seen my videos, anybody who's followed me since The Force Awakens, do you recall what I said? Snoke is a joke. Snoke's a joke. And I knew it. It's like, I am giant. I am huge. I'm going to kill you. Hey, I can look into Kylo's mind. He's going to kill his enemy. And just... dead. Snoke is a joke! You know, granted, he was able to, throw Hux around like a big idiot ragdoll. Snoke is a joke. Total letdown. I want to say one thing. They didn't show his body, but I want to say it sounded like he had hooves. Boom, boom, like horseshoes, like banging against concrete and steel, like... He kind of had that feel like an ogre, He looks human enough, but he's like 8 feet tall. But, anyway. I like what they did with Kylo. The whole kind of struggle. But at the same time, he's like, ha, I'm gonna kill you, I'm gonna kill you, I'm gonna kill you. And then I'm going to become Supreme Leader. Very Sith of him. I'm very proud. Because I hated him. I hated Kylo Ren with a passion. I love him now. Because, like, the voice modulator in his helmet was like... you couldn't understand a word he said. Even Snoke was like... take off that stupid helmet. Even Snoke thought it was stupid. At least this time he didn't sound like a little girl, like, that lightsaber, it belongs to me. I like the whole thing about, Poe on the line with General Hux or whatever his frickin' name is. Yeah. General Hugs. Calling him General Hugs, that was funny. That whole bit and routine, that was funny. Poe's whole, like, hot-headed, coming of age kind of thing didn't really work for me. He needed to be a leader. And as much as he tried to be that leader, he got a lot of people killed. He really did. But I felt like that whole, like, slap could have been done without. Okay. I don't know if I touched on this, but the little creatures that take care of the Octo Island, whatever they look like, nuns with shark heads. I could have done without. Boy. I've done this 3 times now, so I might forget what I said. So if you want to join me with a discussion, I may go live later, or I may go live on my Instagram, pride.pride. Follow me there. I do a lot of my live streams there. I'll try and put that below. Anybody ever seem like, Luke just seemed a little cocky, a little wise-alecky, like, hey, I know better than you, I'm a wise-ass, crack-ass motherfucker. I didn't like it. So un-Luke Skywalker. Like, I expected him really to be, like, almost more professional, like, I'm no longer a boy, I'm an old man, I'm a master, I have failed, so I'm living in solitude because I want to die. Not like, I want to die, but that whole force projection thing, that was cool. The whole, like, fight with Kylo, I felt there was something missing. And wait a minute, that's because the Graflex was destroyed in the last frickin' scene. How can he then again have his Graflex fighting Kylo? The whole thing where, like, he had like a trimmed up beard, his hair was all dark again. It was good to see, but continuity error. But then, just to see him at the end, like, if you strike me down in anger, I'm just going to be with you for the rest of your life, just like your father. And just, Kylo just kind of pokes him in the chest like, wait a minute, this isn't right. And he just disappears. He doesn't become a Force ghost or anything, he just disappears. I thought he was a hologram or something. But the fact that he was, like, projecting himself through the Force, that was cool. That's a new Force power we didn't know was possible. And to see him at the end where he's, like, floating and he's, like, out of breath, and he's, like, as he just kind of falls back, and he gets back up, and he looks up, and he sees the twin sons of Tatooine, even though he's on Octo. That was kind of confusing, but I get it now. And, like, he just kind of disappears, and his robe flutters off into the wind. The whole casino thing, I could see that could have been done without. Except for the one little part at the end, right before the credits, you see the little boy in the stables. Tell me you guys didn't see that. Where he goes to grab his broom. He doesn't just, like, reach out and grab it. No, he pulls it out with the Force. And then goes about his sweeping. That kid is Force sensitive. So hopefully we see him, as one of Rey's students in the next movie. I was really hoping that whole thing where Kylo, like, kills Hux, like, Force choking him. I was hoping that was, like, his death scene, but, he just, I don't know, he didn't really seem to be needed in the end. I don't know, maybe just so everyone would follow him as Kylo's the Supreme Leader. Have I touched on this yet? I'm sorry if I did already, but the whole part where Luke was gonna kill Ben in his sleep. Oh my God! The hatred in his eyes, like, this child is evil, I shall kill him and make the world a better place. Oh my I want to see what, if I go back again and watch that movie, I want to try and see what Ben's lightsaber looked like. Shamim thought it was the Garaflex, but I really don't think so. It looked newer. Like, it's hard to describe. I only got quick glimpses at it, but so many people tried to spoil the movie for me. I was just like, I don't know. But I had to see it before somebody did spoil it for me. And I'm so glad I did. Because as I was posting on Facebook, hey, going to see The Last Jedi, I put my phone in my pocket. I pull my phone out at the end of the movie. Message from Mr. Roper. Luke dies. Oh, I'm glad I didn't check my Facebook status. He's like, that was a wild guess, was I right? I didn't reply to him. I might just post this and be like, hey, you're in my video. So, yeah, so many people tried to spoil it for me, and I was like, I need to see it today before I get spoiled. Anyway, great movie. I was shaking the entire time. I was like, I'm either having a seizure, having a heart attack, or I'm really enjoying this movie. And I enjoyed it. The whole part with Yoda, though, God, that drives me nuts. Yoda looked like some kind of claymation thing with like a blue glow around him. He wasn't a Force ghost. A Force ghost is blue and see-through. He was kind of like a seafoam green with a light blue around him. The whole part where he's sitting there next to Luke, and they're looking at the burning tree. You don't see the flames. Because here's the camera, here's Yoda, and then here's the flames, and you can't see the flames through Yoda. And that was like, come on, he's a ghost. How is a ghost supposed to bonk Luke on the head with a stick? How? You know, I get Luke needed a swift kick in the ass, but did it really have to come from Yoda? Why didn't they have, like, Ewan McGregor dress up like Obi-Wan Kenobi and, like, Luke, you failed. Move on. You know. I don't know. There's just so much to discuss, and please join me on my future live streams. I might have missed something. Please tell me if I did. There's just so much that the movie could have done without. There's a lot of stuff that should have been in the movie, but let's be honest, it was a fantastic movie. No more Jar Jar Abrams. We have Grandmaster Rian Johnson. Great guy. Like, I hated Rogue One. I hated The Force Awakens. I loved The Last Jedi. A lot of key things I hated about it, but I loved it in general. It was, like, very comedic. A lot of points to laugh at and go, I will touch on one more thing before I go. The whole Finn and Rose romance. I don't know, I was kind of hoping Finn and Rey, because that's kind of how they seem. But the whole fact that Rose is like, you gotta protect what you gotta love. Passes up. Like, I was so ready for Finn to die. I really was. And she saves him from committing suicide. Which, by the way, I thought there was a tracker in Finn. I didn't think they were tracking the ship. I thought there was like a tracker planted in Finn. And that's how they were tracking them. I thought that's what was going on. the whole, like, having them out on the edge of a string, I don't know what the hell Huck said, but something to that effect. I thought that had something to do with Finn. Anyway, guys, I'm gonna go. YouTube doesn't let me upload anything past 15 minutes long. I don't know why, but so anyway, stay tuned. Maybe I'll come up with something I haven't touched on yet, but may the force be with you guys. I love that movie. If you haven't seen it, why are you watching this video? Go watch that movie now. May the force be with you.